to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Obabia, Sika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuka Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be known by the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, but that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who we have chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these no-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand the mountains. I didn't say one mountain. The mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla ya bụ ọkaka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etuga eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị gboo wee tụọ oge ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe na ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịgị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. N'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt ka otu a wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na-eji ama mgbe niile. N'ihi na anyị enweghị ichi ọzọ ewezuga gị, anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ ogwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwa ya bụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasisi wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikunu ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọkwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị ichi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana nwere onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi, mara onye bụ ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, lovers of freedom, Biafrans, and friends of Biafra. I greet you all this afternoon, and I bring you good tidings. Yes, good tidings, because in the next 4 days, all roads will lead to Aba. Yes, in the next 4 days, all roads will lead to Aba. So let us think of how we will make it a success. Honestly, we must make it a success. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would love it if every one of us will make it a duty to find our way to the eternal city of Enyimba. If all that love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all that love the truth he has ever brought, and this thing is no longer about Biafrans, it's about men and women of goodwill. This is no longer about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's about you. It's about you. You know, now the way it appears, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not only the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra alone. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now happens to be the leader of men and women of truth and good conscience. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now the leader of those that wants to put an end to the unrighteousness or evil called Nigeria. So on this day, the 12th day of March, UK, EU, Nigeria, everywhere around the world, those that can fly in will fly in. Those that are in the homeland will take the center stage and it is a no-violent affair. It is a solidarity for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who has refused to bow to the Islamic pressure, the man who has refused to bow to the Islamization agenda, to the Sharia state. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ohamadike Ndị Igbo, a very honest man, a man of integrity, a man of truth, a man of loyalty, a man you can, reckon with, a man you can actually believe that, yes, this is our man. The leader of all genuine fighters. Thank you so much, Plan B. And I see I already have a full house. The house is full, and this program is in the next 1 hour. We're going to make it an open mic. I just want to welcome Mimi Amaka. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me. Callistos Bravo. Thank you for joining me. Nest. Thank you for joining us. Celestine On. Thank you for joining me. Vincent, I welcome you. Alex Oko, you are welcome. I appreciate you. Plan B is in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Philomena is here also. Plan B is watching. Lolo Egoyibo, our own mommy, is always here. Thank you for joining us. Don Nwapali, yes, Don is always here. Thank you for joining us. And my own brother, my beloved brother, my own personal person, Anthony, you are welcome, and I appreciate you so much. Sending his love from the city of Czech. Thank you so much for this, your gift on Sunday. Thank you. I appreciate that. Madam King Kanye. Oh, Madam King. The way I'm loving you, you just thought too much. Thank you so much. Our precious sister, thank you so much. You mean a lot to Biafrans. You are a woman of truth that loves the truth and follows it to the end. Thank you so much. You be Fidelis, I appreciate you. You're here. Thank you. And Plan B says, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of all genuine freedom fighters. The leader of all genuine freedom fighters. On the 12th of March, today is 8th of March, please let this propagation of this truthful gospel, let it go wild. Let it go wild. Thank you so much, Inky. I appreciate you. Let it go wild everywhere. Let everyone know that you will gladden the hearts of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if we keep to this. You will gladden the hearts of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if you will make it a point of duty. Your family members back home, support them. Those that need transport for you to send to them to go to Aba, give them. 1 million people in Aba, they don't burn that soldier well. We will come disrupt that gathering of holy people of God. 1 million of you or more in the city of Aba, Enyimba. Nzobu, Nzobu, Enyimba, Enyi, Nzobu, Enyimba, Nzobu, Nzobu, Enyimba, Enyi, Nzobu. All over Biafra land, every road will lead to Aba. Some heartless, shameless individuals are already coming to put fear in people's minds. Say, hey, you want to cause problem for us? You are mad. You are mad. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being in the dungeon of these heartless souls of Fulani bandits, is already a problem for you, in case you don't know. I have to put Vicks on my nose because the weather is Vicks, Vicks sinus. It helps my breathing. So please, no propagation of propaganda should distract you. This is very important, so that we will cover it, the media will cover it, everyone will know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only honest and truthful leader in that zone, all over Nigeria, all over. So all those that have called for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom in the north, in the middle belt, everywhere, this opportunity for you to actually show your love and support and respect for the man that saw tomorrow, the Nostradamus of West Africa, the man that saw tomorrow and told you about tomorrow, and you are seeing it unfold before your very eyes. And he remains unrepentantly steadfast on the side of truth, refusing to bow to the pressure of the caliphate. They pushed him and took him to the caliphate, thinking that putting him there will put fear on him to bow. And while he is there in Sokoto, they have been sending emissaries to go there and beg him and tell him what they will offer him. Ask those bandits, all the offer you have given to him all these years, if he have refused it, he have rejected it, what makes you think that now that everything he ever told you is coming to pass? The time all the things he said haven't come to pass, you offered him vice presidency, you offered him wealth, he rejected it. That time he was still telling you what will happen. He rejected your offer. Now that those things he told you that will happen, those things are now happening, you are still offering him the same thing. Are you normal? Are you guys okay? If he did not accept it that time, that his prophetic declaration was not yet manifested, what makes you think he will accept it now that everything he said has come to pass? He rejected it before. When the things he said never happened, he rejected your offer. Now that it is everything he said, the apocalypse he predicted are happening now, you are still offering him the same thing. If you like, take him before the fiery furnace. Like the 3 Hebrew boys, he will reject it. You know why? Because he knows what happened to the 3 Hebrew boys. He knows. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man of the book. He knows that the 3 Hebrew boys rejected the offers. And even in the presence of fire, they rejected it. And the God that could save them from that fire, that God is able to save Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from all your caliphate and banditry kingdom called the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. So do not waste all your efforts, advising people to go and beg him, go and talk to him, go and ask him. Igwe Lawrence have already told you people, you don't want him in Nigeria. He doesn't want your Nigeria. Return him back to where you took him from. It's as simple as ABCD. Nigeria is a shameless country. When we talk about shameless, Nigeria is as shamelessness can be. Do you people know that the spokesperson to the president of Nigeria, after he has shared so many truths about the presidency, Tinubu, about his criminality and his drug lord, he said it. Now, this shameless president gave him an offer to work in the office as a spokesman. The name of this idiot is Buala, Daniel Buala. The guy, he went to Al Jazeera, because Al Jazeera is one news station that know how to support bandits, how to support terrorism, country, to support Iran, to support Hamas. But this man called Mahdi, a journalist, out of a little bit of integrity in him, he knows that this man has said so many things in the past, and he decided to ask him questions based on the things he said in the past. And do you know that everything they asked him, and that shameless spokesperson disgraced himself openly? I am going to bring a narrative that they are now painting to you, just for you to know that Nigeria is a shameless country. Very shameless. Everything that would disgrace Nigeria have happened. There is nothing that is encouraging about Nigeria. Nigeria is a disgraced country. Disgraced. Donald Trump said it, and the way he said it is exactly the way it is happening. A now disgraced country. You will see how one Afonja PDP man came out and tried to change the narrative. Do you know what? That same Mahdi, a Muslim journalist, who actually, on a normal day, you see Muslim, they know how to support Muslim. But this guy, he decided to face the truth and face the fact and told this guy, these things, you are the one that said it. The evidence are there. Koro, a Nigerian spokesperson to the president of Nigeria, he denied everything he said. He said, I never said it. He said, I never said it. I never said it. Even though they were giving him dates, time, everything he said He said, I'm not the one that said it. He denied it. And now we have a man who is now writing a full essay of how that journalist, it was an attack against Bwala. Very shameless people. You know, you see what is happening in Nigeria. Now, you know that in Nigeria, their military are being overwhelmed by terrorists. Terrorists is 50, 30. They are massacring their military every day. They are using Hilos and Gongoro to carry army. In Nigeria, they are carrying them in big truck, throwing their bodies like sardine. They are not even showing any respect for them. In America, if a serviceman loses his life, how? If assuming that person died and maybe the body was dismembered, if they find those bodies, the way they will gather the body, the way they will, you will see when they are paying the last respects to military people that lose their lives, whether they are American or even British or Italian or Spain, any of these Western countries, you will see when they are paying last respect to their gallant men. The presidency will be there. You know, the leaders will be there. They will give them a farewell ovation, and then the family of those people will never suffer. But in Nigeria, they are even lying to you. They are covering up. When the news, like Sahara Reporters reported that 50 soldiers were massacred, the military will come back. Nigerian military will come back. And they will not come and tell you that... yes, I'm just going to block one idiot now. They'll not come and tell you that, you know, Sahara Reporters is not reporting the truth. Sahara Reporters is not reporting the truth. Do you know that Sahara Reporters is saying 50 people, but it's not 50? That their commander lost their life. They admitted that their commander lost their life. And then some soldiers that were fighting, they fight. And then they pay the price. Ask them, that military, who are those soldiers that paid the price, that died? They will not give an account of it. They will not tell you how many soldiers that died. They will not even tell you the names of the soldiers that. Have you ever seen anywhere Nigerian army reported the casualties of soldiers that died, and then they will put the names out and tell you these are the people that died from Boko Haram attack? They will not tell you. The only thing you will see Nigerian army coming out to tell you is that we are thinking of how to rehabilitate the terrorists, Boko Haram. They are also Nigerians. The same Boko Haram that is taking the lives of military. Military are not showing respect, even last respect, to their military personnel that lost their lives. You know what they do? They will come and tell you, the Boko Haram, they are also Nigerians. If there are opportunity, we will rehabilitate them. Somebody said to Fiakwa. Somebody said to Fiakwa. The homeland that is hosting, the reason why I blocked you, Echo Zone, the homeland hosting this solidarity is not Ogenkere. It's not Ogenkere. For your information, it's not Ogenkere. Our government are in touch 100%, even with Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Brigi government, BGC, are directly involved with Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This flyer you are seeing now, this flyer you are seeing on my screen, is the flyer approved by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you see a flyer, that's shameless. That's why when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw that flyer that Ogenkere has, it was shown to Onyendu. Onyendu was very angry. He said, who is this madman? Who is this madman? The same way Onyendu told us, who is this mad woman? It's the same thing. Onyendu asked, who is this madman? Ogenkere. Ogenkere went and put his picture together with picture of Onyendu. When Onyendu saw it, Onyendu said, who is this madman? Now that's what Onyendu said. It is supposed to be a gathering of, you know, genuine freedom lovers of freedom. You can see the way this flyer is. You are not going to see anything IPOB there on the flyer. Look, it's intentional. Onyendu intentionally approves that you don't need to make it IPOB or Brigi in flyer. It is genuine people. Look at it. 1 million march for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. Aba, 12 March. EU, UK, Nigeria, free our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom is our inalienable right. Did you see anywhere they wrote Brigi there? Did you see anywhere they wrote IPOB there? Did you see anywhere they wrote Ogenkere there? That's to show you that Ogenkere is a bastard. Anywhere you see Ogenkere, tell him that Van said that he's a bastard. You know why he's a bastard? Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned them. Do not allow this flyer. Before they posted that flyer, I got it. As our brother John Iwuji, that flyer, as they designed it, that Ogenkere own, I got it before they posted it. Before Ogenkere posted it online, I had it. And I knew the instruction that came from Onyendu concerning that flyer. Remember, I am the Minister of Information. Any other person telling you, Minister, this, that they are all criminals. They are fake. That information got to me. That flyer of Ogenkere. I can show you timeline of when I got that flyer. And then you go and check the timeline of when Ogenkere, Isaiah Nyong, posted the flyer where he has his picture. That will show you that he's a bastard. Because if Ogenkere is not a bastard, he will not disobey the instruction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw that flyer where he put his picture. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked them, how many PM Kunu were? How many PM? So my son Simon is PM. This one also is claiming to be PM. That's what Ogenkere is at the PM. Onyendu asked them. Because Onyendu knows that Biafra Republic government in exile have PM Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows. And then where did that shameless bastard come from that is calling himself PM? You see the confusion they are bringing? You know, that will show you the Nigeria elements in some of these idiots that are surrounding themselves in what we are doing. But their days are numbered when they will be thrown out completely. And then you will understand that IPOB, Brigi, is one family. You will understand that IPOB and Brigi, we are what? We are one family. So by the time Onyendu shows up and the Odoguma Simon Ekpa shows up, that is when you understand that Biafra government is one family. One family. Then if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want it to be IPOB, one family, will move. If Onyendu decide this, because the government have been formed, it has to be Biafra Republic government in exile and the homeland, one family, we move. Because already Onyendu and his son are united. Onyendu and his disciple are united. I am the one telling you with my life on the line, take it to the bank. Fabo na pakoreta. Fabo no together. No division. The spirit is united. The passion is united. The goal is united. The destination is united. Biafra, here will come. Listen to me, let me repeat it again. The spirit of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is united with Mazi Simon Ekpa. Forget about, I don't want to block another person. Just forget about whatever Sonny Akbarawa is talking about. Forget about them. Sonny Akbarawa is a criminal. Sonny Akbarawa have called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a prisoner. Sonny Akbarawa have called Simon Ekpa a prisoner. And because of that, Sonny Akbarawa have rejected everything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. I remember when Mazi Simon Ekpa was telling these people that he would not take instruction from the prison, it was simply because they were going against the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not stop whatever is working. And that's why today, as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still there in Sokoto, he understands that Brigi is working. And then he pulls his weight behind Brigi. Every effort they made for Onyendu to cancel Brigi, to cancel Mazi Simon Ekpa, did you ever see him cancel him? The answer is no. You know why? Because Brigi is working. Mazi Simon Ekpa is working. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never cancel what is working. Never. He can never cancel what is working. So understand it. So when you see all those bastards, they are calling them Sonny Akbarawa. Don't those of you in my platform, we don't mention their name here. I'm only answering you, Im's kick. You understand? Because maybe you are a new person on this platform. The only place where the truth of Briggy stands united and full is here where I am, the Minister of Information, Pastor Van Van Van. This is the only platform that have never shake to the left or to the right. This is the only platform that have remained steadfast. This is the only platform. If you go other platform, you see either this one have joined Gozi before, they come back, they join again, they come back, they join us, they leave, they go, they come, they go, they come, they go up, they come down. That's what you see everywhere. But here on this platform, gidigbam, firm, united, focus on Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Focus. And now today, you see the flyer that Onyendu himself have anointed and have given his blessing on. You can see him. See, this is the crowd you see there is the kind of crowd we need in Aba. And now you look at it, it is 1 million march for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. There is no Ogenkere, there is no, you can't even see the picture of another, you can't even see the picture of Simon Ekpa there. You can't see the picture of Simon Ekpa or the picture of another person. The person you are rallying for is Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are doing everything possible on behalf of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. And Onyendu is aware of it. He knows what we are doing and he is giving his blessings as we move on. So here, it is not Briggy, IPOB, it is Biafrans. It is what? Biafrans. That is a word he used for it. I said it, I used it for my program the other day. Let me bring it up because the message was sent to me as it came from Onyendu direct. Let me tell you what Onyendu called it. Onyendu called it Coalition of Lovers of Freedom. This is what we call a coalition of lovers of freedom. So it doesn't matter whether they are Biafrans, it doesn't matter whether they are not. So it is a coalition of lovers of freedom. And in this coalition, you are going to find some genuine Oduduwa. Like one of our brothers that is watching right now, Plan B, he's in on it. He's part of this thing going on here now. He supports it, but he's Oduduwa. So that's why it is a coalition of genuine freedom fighters. So it is not something that had to do with, individuals. Coalition of freedom fighters in support of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, so let's take that to the bank. That being said, I will put the link so that people can come in and say something. But before then, I want to play 1 or 2 videos and then make some analysis. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to combine issues. I'm going to ignore the comment section now. So I'm going to play some of the things that... yes, thank you. Helen says, what has Oge achieved with the PM title that he stole? What has Oge achieved, actually, with the PM title that he stole? This in-source, that is you that is writing this thing now. This flyer, I'm telling you, one thing that is wrong with our people is that when people come to double cross the genuine freedom fight that we are doing, some of you that have the mind of Satan, or you have the mind of Afonja, you will always run after them. Because some of you, when you see some people that tell you they have money, you bow to them, you become foolish to them. I am telling you that this is a flyer approved by Onyendu. There's nobody that can debunk it. Even Ogenkere cannot debunk it. When you ask Ogenkere, he will tell you that nonsense he put out there, Onyendu rejected it. So for you to know that he is in disobedience to Onyendu, he posted it. He put his picture. Tell me, what is the picture of even Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, or Ogenkere? What is he going to do to this particular movement? This is about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So he doesn't need our PM picture there. He doesn't even need any other person's picture there. So for Ogenkere putting his picture there, trying to steal a show that doesn't even mean anything to him. All that matters to him is how to steal money, how to exploit. That's why he had to put his picture there. And Onyendu have seen all those flyers, and he got angry. He got very angry with that flyer of Ogenkere. He saw it and he got very angry. He said, who is this bad? Who is this fool? Who is this idiot? Who is this madman? So he got angry, and then he approved this particular one. He said, let this out. Let this out. That's why this one is out here. You understand? The reason why this is out, this flyer is out, is because this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You know, some of you are so useless. You don't even belong to what we are doing. If we tell you that this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu approved, and yet you are arguing with me and telling me, oh, Genkere, that means you are a bastard. You are not even supposed to show your head in what you are doing. I am telling you that this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu approved. And you are satanic as you are in the comment section telling me that Ogenkere. Who is Ogenkere? Who is Ogenkere? You show that you are a bastard. Because if you are not a bastard, you will first of all agree that Onyendu, this is for Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let's go for it. How can somebody disobey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? It should get you angry already. That somebody is disobeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it should get you mad. You should be infuriated. Who is that bastard that disobeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Who? Don't you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Potana? Even our prime minister. Let me tell you. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out now, and even our prime minister will say something, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell him, no, I don't want it that way. This is how I want it. Our prime minister will tell him, yes, sir. If prime minister refuses to tell him, yes, sir, me, I will tell prime minister, I'm sorry. I am for Onyendu. Yes, sir. Are you listening to me? Because Onyendu, we call him supreme leader. He is the supreme leader of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa told this useless Nigerian government that the only person I will listen to is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you people remember? No, if you remember, tell me on the comment section whether Prime Minister did not say it to Nigerian government. The only person that would ask me stop and I will stop is Nnamdi Kanu. If I am lying, tell me on the comment section that I'm lying. That's what Prime Minister Simon Ekpa said. It's on record. So if even our Prime Minister have made up his mind that Onyendu has the final say, and then some idiots will come and Onyendu tells you that, look, this thing, I don't want it out there. And he still releases it out there. And you are still quoting him on my comment section. Then you must be mad. You must be mad. Thank you. Somebody say, yes, I remember. Yes, I remember. Tell me. Tell me. I'm seeing people that are honest here. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, I remember. The only reason why I am following and listening to Simon Ekpa is because I know that Simon Ekpa will not go against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why I'm listening to Simon Ekpa. And I know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not against Simon Ekpa also. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself knows that Simon Ekpa will not disobey his authority. Had it been the DOS people, he always says that. Thank you very much, Anthony. Had it been those DOS people listening to Onyendu from the beginning, Onyendu told them what to do with Simon Ekpa. By now, what we would have been having is the instruction of Onyendu. Because Simon Ekpa was ready to follow it. Then Onyendu will now be the one that will tell them, look, at a point he will tell them, I believe in the judgment of Simon Ekpa. Allow him to take charge so that there will not be conflicting decisions that will be coming from both sides. It is called what we call unity of purpose. I'm telling you, to have gotten to the point where, had it been those people didn't have it ulterior motives, Chinasa Nworu, Chike Doziem, they all had ulterior motives. They never wanted to listen to Onyendu. They were not interested in listening to Onyendu. They had their own agenda. It is just like our prime minister right now. When success was always being presented by our prime minister as someone that was important, Even our Prime Minister never believed that success would disappoint him. Prime Minister never knew that success was building hotel. He never knew that success was building. Today now, that success have deviated from our Prime Minister because he had secret and hidden agenda. That's how everyone that have secret and hidden agenda, God will disgrace all of them one by one. So had it been all these people they followed, we were together in one boat. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be giving Onyendu, will be giving instruction to our Prime Minister. Nobody will even know that instruction is coming from Onyendu. PM will be listening to him, and it will go to a point where Onyendu will tell them, okay, if this particular thing they want to corrupt this line of my communication with Simon, what Onyendu will do is he will tell you, look, let's keep it straight. Take orders from him until more apota meba no. Do you understand? This house would have been in one place. This house would have been. But today, because divide and rule is what they used to scatter us. They put some of our brethren in Benue. They put some of them in Adamawa. They put some of them in different, even in Cameroon. They put some of them in Kwara, in Kogi. They divide the house. They are still bringing it into this movement to scatter everything. So when you have identified that now, and because we have come to the end of the road now, whereby Nigeria is now disgracing herself, and there's no way Nigeria will survive this particular issue. Nigeria will never survive it. As long as Onyendu is still alive, Nigeria will never survive it. As far as his disciple, his true disciple, Mazi Simon Ekpa always insisted, I am the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He never separated himself from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He got to a point, he said, everything that me and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have planned, these people have just used it to do one war. It was so discouraging. So today, if you have anybody disobeying Onyendu today, you should detest that person. You should avoid that person. Because even Simon Ekpa is not interested in disobeying. He's not prone to disobey Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, he's not. Simon Ekpa will not disobey Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm telling you, he will not. Because he knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not compromise. He knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if he gets the true picture of everything going on, if he gets the truth, he knows very well that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never take a decision that will destroy what we are doing. He will take the right decision, just like he's taking them now. The decisions Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is taking now, based on the truth that he knows. You all can agree with me that he's not taking any wrong decision. So how can Obanshi, like Ogenkere, be disobeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And some of you will be still here telling me, Ogenkere is this, Ogenkere is that. Don't you know that it is time for you to spit on the face of Ogenkere? Don't you know that it is time for you to spit on the face of Ogenkere? Are you guys making me to waste time on Ogenkere? Ogenkere is not important. It's a useless human being. Very useless human being. A common thief. I have no sympathy in saying it. Now, let me show you some things. Let me end this. Stop sharing. Nigeria is gone. Nigeria can never survive this. Believe me, it can never. Nigeria can never ever survive what is coming for them. Now, look at this. Okay, it is Joseph Okechukwu that posted this. Let me just go to my Twitter handle. There are a lot of updates that we can, gather from Twitter this morning. I'll show you some things this morning. Okay. Now, Joseph Okechukwu wrote, he said, this is how the United States, I hope this thing is on okay, you can see it, fine. This is how the United States honor America's fallen heroes. The president, the first lady, the vice president, second lady, the secretary of war, the most senior officers in the force, all file out to pay their last respect. Imagine what's going on in the head of a Nigerian soldier watching all this. What is he talking about? Look at this. You see this? Those soldiers that lost their lives recently, about 4 of them, how many of them, or 4 or 6 of them? This is how they pay last respect to them. Just 4 soldiers, 4 of them, 4, mother no, 4 soldiers, either 4 or 6, how many of them that lost their lives in this current battle as they were bringing them back home? This is how they were received. How they were received. The military chiefs are finding out the president, the head of war, the vice president, and all that. The president like come there to see office of this soldier. Now you see the picture. Yeah. You see them. This one is not even a picture, it's his video. You see them as the bodies were brought out. You see the president, Donald Trump. You see Donald Trump's wife. You see the vice president. You see his wife. All of them, they are throwing salute to these soldiers as they are bringing their bodies out of the aircraft that brought them from, the battlefront where they lost their lives. American soldiers. You see the respect. You see the respect given to them. You see it? Today, as I'm talking to you, our Nigerian soldiers in 50s, in hundreds are massacred. Nigeria general was ambushed, and then somebody sold him out. It was now identified that somebody actually infiltrated their WhatsApp communication and got the message. A terrorist got the message, SOS message that the general sent out. A terrorist got it, and the terrorist got to where he was before the armies came. So it shows you that Nigerian army is being controlled by terrorists inside Nigerian army, and they keep massacring their army. You have never seen the president even come out and speak, talk less of receiving their bodies or compensating their families or saying anything about it. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. You see, this is United States of America. Now, let me show you something. Let's read something else from Nigeria. This one is the US, okay? Okay, let's see. This is US. Joseph Okechukwu wrote, this is how United States honor their fallen heroes. You saw it there. Let's see something. I want to show us something. Let me go to this, my brother's page. This one. Oh yeah, this is. I've seen a lot these few days, believe me. Where is this? Oh my God, I have a lot of videos to. Wait, this my guy. Apostle, our apostle. I had this. I was on his page. Where's that thing I share? Okay, let me go up. Maybe I will get him. I think I'll get him up there. Don't worry, I get it. I want to read something first before I come here. Where this apostle guy now? Where is? It was on his page. So I did not share that thing. I think I did. Hold on, guys. All these videos are videos I'm supposed to play, but we'll take our time. Just wait. This is my apostle. Hope I'm not going to wait. Okay. This one, Boko Haram. This one, breaking news. Boko Haram guns down over 40 Nigerian soldiers, including lieutenant. A lieutenant was gunned down, and nothing. There was no ceremony for this lieutenant. You didn't even hear it from the presidency. Nothing. It just went out like that, and that was it. That was it. Nobody talked about it. Nobody talked about it. Everybody's quiet. Life goes on. This my apostle guy. I'm not sharing video this morning. No. Okay, this guy. Why can't they look for your mess this thing since? Now, let's go to his page. Let's go to Apostle Michael's page. Apostle Michael is the one that shared it. Okay, here Apostle Michael wrote. Yeah, Apostle Michael wrote, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You debunk that 40 soldiers didn't die. No problem. But still couldn't provide the actual number that died. Only sadly, a commanding officer and some soldiers. They don't have names. How many are they? Nonsense. Now, this is the post from the Nigerian Army. Come and see. Nigerian Army. I don't know whether we can read all of them, but just see. This is official from Nigerian Army. They come to clarify. They come to clarify. The only thing they do is they always come to debunk and clarify. Now, they come to clarify. So when they're telling you come and join Nigerian Army, they're telling you to come and join a death trap. Nigerian Army has noted with concern a report published by Sahara reporters alleging that over 40 soldiers were unalived during recent terrorist attacks in parts of Borno State. The report, which relied largely on unverified sources, presents a distorted account of the incident and fails to reflect the gallant effort of troops who bravely defended communities against coordinated terrorist assaults. Okay. The attacks on the multiple communities occurred when remnant of the Boko Haram terrorists, who had earlier been dislodged from the Sambisa forest during a sustained offensive repressions by troops, regrouped. Now listen to what they are saying. Terrorists that were dislodged, they now regrouped. How can you dislodge terrorists and they will now regroup? Are you being trained, paid to dislodge terrorists? You see the language they're using. What they do is they dislodge terrorists. They don't exterminate terrorists. They don't unalive terrorists. They don't send terrorists to their makers. They only dislodge them. The reason why they dislodge them is so that they will be able to regroup. And that's exactly what happened. Are you seeing what is happening there? You know, Nigerian Army, God will punish all of you. Are you seeing that? He said, who terror occurred when remnant of Boko Haram terrorists who had earlier been dislodged, underline the word dislodged. Dislodged means they sent them out. They did not unalive them. They only dislodged them. The work of Nigerian Army is to dislodge terrorists. But what the terrorists do is terrorists massacre Nigerian Army. They massacre them. And when the Nigerian Army have opportunity, they will only dislodge them. And when they dislodge them, if the spokesperson of the army will come, they will say, oh, these terrorists, they are our brothers, so we will think about rehabilitating them. Those are the kind of languages we hear. So they are debunking Sahara reporters by telling you that they only dislodge these people, and the people regrouped. He said, dislodged from Sambisa forest during sustained offensive operations by troops. They regrouped and launched coordinated night attacks from multiple directions. God, is this not a defeated army? How can you join this kind of army? Coordinated night attack from multiple directions on vulnerable communities. So you dislodge terrorists and yet you left the communities vulnerable. How can you dislodge terrorists as you claim to have dislodged them? If you didn't want to unalive them and dislodge them, at least you should bring protection upon the communities. You do not leave them vulnerable. You see them, they dislodge terrorists. The terrorists now regrouped and they come back and meet an empty, unprotected, unguided communities. And they're the ones saying it here. They said, coordinated night attack from multiple directions on vulnerable communities, the same communities where you dislodged them before, these communities become vulnerable. Vulnerable communities and troops location around Konduga, Ngoshe, Mainok, and Jakana general areas. All these areas became vulnerable because the armies were not there, according to them. The troops on ground responded swiftly and fought gallantly to repel. Now, see the language they use, to repel the terrorists. Now, the only thing they do is either they dislodge or they repel. You know what repel means? They pursue them. It's like somebody is coming to you with gun and you are using stone to chase them. Oh yeah, run! Oh yeah, run! Oh yeah, run! They are using stone. Nigeria, yeah. Nigeria, your country. They repel. Okay, I did there and they watch. Now let's see. Okay, the troops on ground responded swiftly and fought gallantly to repel the terrorists and defend the affected communities. During the intense engagements, a number of terrorists were neutralized. A number. Now, they will always use this kind of language. When they say it, you will know that the terrorists, none of them, nothing happened to the terrorists. Because if something happened to the terrorists, you will be able to tell us how many terrorists you were able to unalive. Now they said a number of terrorists were neutralized. A number of terrorists were neutralized. Sadly, a commanding officer and some brave soldiers paid the supreme price while courageously confronting the attackers. Now, look at the words they're using now. A number of terrorists were neutralized, and a commanding officer. Now, if terrorists are able to take out your commanding officer, you can imagine what they have. How many soldiers they have already succeeded in neutralizing, in taking out, before they could get to the commanding officer, because a commanding officer is not always in the front. He's in a strategic position, giving command to the troops. So for this commanding officer to be unalived, it means that all the people he's commanding, they are all gone. Are you following? See what Nigerian army is using to debunk Sahara reporters. Sahara reporter said that a commander, Sahara reporter even brought a picture of the commander that was unalived. The picture is there. That commander is a commanding officer. He's commanding battalion. So for them to unalive him, it means that his battalion was already gone. Because all those army, when they are fighting, they are also protecting their commanding officer. They are fighting for their lives, and they are also secure. The commander will tell them, go there, they are coming. No, they will be shooting. Because commander is somewhere giving them command, and they are fighting. When they took all of them out, they now also took the commander out. The commander is dead. He's out. Do you understand? You understand? The commander is dead. Please, this person, Ngozi Okoye, what you are commenting is not what I am talking about. If I see another of your comments concerning money, concerning any other thing, I will block you. So either make a comment on what I'm talking about and stop all this distraction in the comment section. If I see your comment again about money, donate, all this or donate money you are writing there, I am talking about something else. I'm seeing something else on the comment section. If I see that your comment again, I'll block you from my platform. Normally, I don't want people like this. I block them. So I'm in a good mood. So warn yourself. You see that? So, you see, they are debunking it. They were debunking it. Sadly, a commanding officer and some brave soldiers paid the supreme price while courageously confronting the attackers and preventing further devastation on their on the communities. It is important to note that the troops were not overrun as portrayed in the report. Rather, they engaged the terrorists from multiple fronts in a determined effort to protect innocent civilians and restore normalcy. The attackers also employed indiscriminate explosives and heavy night gunfire, which regrettably resulted in civilian casualties, as many residents were caught in the crossfire created by the terrorists' reckless action. How many of these soldiers were unalive? At least, before you are debunking Sahara Reporters, you should be able to tell us, okay, Sahara Reporters say it is 40. No, it's not 40. It is 20, or it is 10, or it is 5. And these are the names of them, because we need the Nigerian army to show them last respect. At least presidency should know that the soldiers that are in the front line, look at them, they have lost their lives. You can see America, they don't hide it. When any of their soldier is gone, they will report it, they will tell you, and then they will even receive their bodies and they will show you where they are receiving them. The presidency is showing last respect. Do you see that? I don't need to waste my time on these bastards. Honestly, this is just pathetic. Just pathetic. No, I haven't done this. I want to play a video from this our brother. There's a video he made. He was addressing Donald Trump and everyone. Let us listen to it together. And then I'll be back. Let's listen to this video together. This guy is always talking. He's always making sense most of the time. So let's listen.
Dear President Donald Trump.
Hold on, sir. Let's listen to him.
Dear President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu Benjamin of the country of Israel. My name is Apostle Michael Olowokere. I serve in the ministry of an apostle in God's Vineyard here in Nigeria. And I want to crave your indulgence for this message that I'm directly sending to you. To please listen to it carefully. And I trust the Lord is going to speak to your heart to take decisive decisions on how to help us in Nigeria. I'm sure you are aware of all that is happening in Nigeria. I'm very confident that you're not ignorant of them. But I find it necessary because the evil in this country has continued to prevail even to this moment. And if we do nothing about this, I'm afraid that the destiny of Christians in Nigeria is at stake. And the fate of Christians in Nigeria within the next 20, 30 years is not something we can begin to imagine, because it is going to be very horrible. This country, this entity called Nigeria, is a combination of different nations that should have existed as nations, but were brought together. So Nigeria is not the combination of different, or the amalgamation of different ethnicity. No, it is a combination or the amalgamation of different nations that have different cultures, different understanding, different lifestyle, different traditions, everything different. People that naturally should not exist together were brought together, amalgamated in 1914 by the British for the purpose of resource control. And this unholy marriage has brought a lot of calamity to this nation, Nigeria. This country has known no progress. There's never been unity, there's never been love. Whenever you hear they say one Nigeria, the concept of one Nigeria is a scam, is a mirage, and it is not true. But I'll be speaking basically this morning simply because I am a man that is fed up. Why am I fed up? Because the evil in this nation has prevailed for too long. And I'm afraid that the level we are at this time is not something we can begin to imagine, because these people we live together in this country, these people that force themselves into this nation, are working tooth and nail to ensure that they bring Nigeria to an Islamization state, to Islamize and to Fulanize Nigeria. And this is why it is important this morning that I bring this message to you, so that you will learn, you will understand, even though I know you are aware of this before all this, because your nations, the nation of Israel and the nation of United States, are a nation that God has blessed with resources, capacities, and abilities to gather adequate information. So there is nothing I'm saying this morning that I think you are not aware of. In 1908, between 1804 and 1808, a man called Usman Danfodio invaded the northern part of Nigeria long before the amalgamation, invaded through the process of jihad, bringing jihad, Islamization jihad, to Islamize the northern part of Nigeria. And he succeeded, conquered the Hausa race. The Hausas are indigenous people of the land, but they were conquered by Usman Danfodio in 1808. And from that conquest, from that invasion, and his victory led to what today you hear of Hausa Fulanis. So the Hausas were completely conquered race, completely conquered ethnicity. They were conquered by Usman Dan Fodio through Islamization and through the process of jihad. And even though he intended to continue with this process all over the country, he couldn't. But after a while, a man called Afonja that serves under the Oyo kingdom, the kingdom of Old Oyo, in those days, made a partnership with a man called Malam Alimi, a Fulani man, to help him to fight. And I think the deal was after the war, he was going to settle down in his land. And that was exactly what happened. And today we have Fulani ethnic in Kwara State. Also, this was what brought about establishment of a caliphate, the Emirates, the caliphate in this northern Nigeria. So where the Sultan now being both the spiritual head and the father figure to all northern Hausa race, Muslim race, or people like that. But this union has brought nothing but chaos. And for a long time, they've been agenda to Islamize this nation, to turn Nigeria to what today we have as a Turkey or to a Lebanon, and those nations that used to be a Christian nation to turn into a Muslim nation. And what I'm talking to you about this morning, it didn't start 10 years ago. It didn't start 20 years ago. It didn't start 30 years ago. This is something that the ancestors of these people have seen and they have put in motion for the past 40, 50, 60 years in Nigeria, or more than that. And I want to tell you that this time they are succeeding because the process of jihad is in full force. But let me, for clarity's sake, there are different ways nations are being Islamized. They can be Islamized. The process include number one, movement. They're moving either by migration, what we have today in Europe and in America by migration. They migrate, and in that stage, when they are small, when they are little, they are peaceful. But after a while, they move to the next stage, which is the process of population. They try to give that to as many as possible and invite more people to come and dwell there. But when they have gotten to a certain number, gaining momentum, population-wise, they move to the third stage, which is the stage of gaining authorities in government. They position themselves strategically in key government positions, and they overwhelm the nation with themselves. And you have almost every sector of the country or every sector of the country's economy filled with them, making critical decisions. And this is what you have even in America and some other parts of Europe, most part of Europe, especially and most especially in the UK. Now, when they have done that, the next stage is to enforce laws that will permit them to bring to pass or to bring into realizations the agenda of Islamization. And that is when they bring institutionalized Sharia. This stage was achieved in Nigeria between 1999 and 2000, where 12 states in northern Nigeria adopted Sharia as their ruling laws as against the Nigerian constitution. So they bring it together, but predominantly they function by the Sharia law. And this has caused nothing more than chaos. I cannot begin to tell you the amount of lives of Christians that have been lost in this.
For what he's doing for, this awareness. It is that the awareness is massive and it has to go massively. It has to go massively. If we do not continue to create awareness, look, Nigeria is more dangerous than any country in the whole world. Nigeria is the most dangerous country in the whole world. Nigeria. There's nobody that is safe in Nigeria. Nobody is safe. If you think you are safe, I'm sorry for you. Nobody is safe in Nigeria. Nobody. Hold on a minute. Let me put my mouse, activate my mouse because my mouse stopped working. Okay. Nobody is safe in Nigeria. Everybody is in trouble if Nigeria continue. If Nigeria continue, everybody is in trouble. Everybody. That's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains solid in his demand. He remains solid in his demand to make sure that Nigeria is divided. And you see, this is also what our brother is soliciting here. Let's divide it. Divide it. Very, very important. All right. That being said, let me bring some other videos that I am supposed to share with us today. 1 minute. Let me bring other videos that I'm supposed to share with us today. Okay. Other videos I want us to listen to. Okay. This video is very important. I want us to see this video. All right.
Nigeria didn't just fight a war against the Biafrans, even though they won the war, but victory didn't bring closure because the Igbos didn't disappear. They came back, not with guns, but with ledgers, no armor tanks, no ministries, no political throne, just markets. And you see, Nigeria is a country where power is supposed to flow from the top to the down. But instead, the Igbos, they rebuilt themselves from the ground up, quietly, relentlessly, suspiciously fast. You see, the war was meant to humble them, but instead, it hardened them. And nothing unsettles a fragile union more than a group that survives its own extinction, because survival sends a dangerous message. We don't need to exist. So, while others waited for federal crumbs, the Igbos, they built their own ladder, apprenticeship system. They import empires, family-backed capitalism. No permission asked, no inclusion negotiated. They didn't integrate into the Nigerian structure. They outgrew it, and that's where admiration started rotting into fear. Because success inside a broken system is acceptable, but success outside it, that feels like betrayal. Then came the silent spread from Aba to Alaba, from Onitsha to Ladipo, from Kanu to Port Harcourt. Business became their territory. Trade became their language. Ownership becomes their revenge. And slowly, Nigeria began to feel something it couldn't name. Not invasion, not displacement. Because dominance doesn't always look like a conquest. Sometimes it looks like a presence. Everywhere you go, unavoidable. These people are unapologetic. But underneath the economics lay the real ghost. Biafra never died. Not in memory, not in songs, not in silence. The idea that a people once chose exit over solution created a permanent psychological scar in the Nigerian state, because a nation can forgive rebellion, but it never trusts the rebel who survived. So ambitions became interpreted as conspiracy. Unity became seen as tribalism. Self-reliance became labeled as separatism. And every success widespread the same uncomfortable question. If they could live once, what stops them from wanting to live again? And in a country built on forced togetherness, nothing is more threatening than a group that proves it can stand on its own. So the resentment isn't always loud. It doesn't always riot. It doesn't always speak. Sometimes it just waits in hiring decisions, in political exclusion, in widespread stereotype, in the unspoken ceiling that says, not yet, because the war ended in 1970, but suspicion did it. And nations rarely hate what is weak. They fear what refuses to break. This is Logic from the Logic Man.
Logic Man. Very powerful, narrative and very powerful analysis about Igbo, and I love the title, what he said, he said, the Igbo paradox, how economic success became political suspicion in Nigeria. How economic success became political suspicion in Nigeria. And I'm telling you the truth, this suspicion will continue forever and ever. If there's anybody telling you that Nigeria must be one, if Nigeria want to be one, let them be, but it must be one without Igbo. Except you want me to play this thing again so that you will follow it. I'll have to play it again. Nigeria want to be one. For them, fine and good. Let them be one. But that oneness, we wanted it. We actually wanted that oneness. But with what is happening, believe me, there's no way an Igbo man will ever be happy in one Nigeria. It's not possible. If you didn't understand it, I want to play this again for you to understand that, look, this suspicion about Igbo will continue forever and ever. And the only thing that will make it be without trouble is the splitting of Nigeria, separating Nigeria.
Nigeria didn't just fight a war against the Biafrans, even though they won the war, but victory didn't bring closure because the Igbos didn't disappear. They came back, not with guns, but with ledgers, no armor tanks, no ministries, no political throne, just markets. And you see, Nigeria is a country where power is supposed to flow from the top to the down. But instead, the Igbos, they rebuilt themselves from the ground up, quietly, relentlessly, suspiciously fast. You see, the war was meant to humble them, but instead, it hardened them. And nothing unsettles a fragile union more than a group that survives its own extinction, because survivors...
The war was meant to destroy them, to humble them. But instead, the war, it hardened them. It made us stronger.
sends a dangerous message. We don't need to exist. So while others waited for federal crumbs, the Igbos, they built their own ladder, apprenticeship system. They import empires, family-backed capitalism. No permission asked, no inclusion negotiated. They didn't integrate into the Nigerian structure. They outgrew it. And that's where admiration started rotting into fear. Because success inside a broken system is acceptable, but success outside it, that feels like betrayal. Then came the silent spread from Aba to Alaba, from Onitsha to Ladipo, from Kanu to Port Harcourt. Business became their territory. Trade became their language. Ownership becomes their revenge. And slowly, Nigeria began to feel something it couldn't name. Not invasion, not displacement. Because dominance doesn't always look like a conquest. Sometimes it looks like a presence. Everywhere you go, unavoidable. These people are unapologetic. But underneath the economics lay the real ghost. Biafra never died. Not in memory, not in songs, not in silence. The idea that a people once chose exit over submission created a permanent psychological scar in the Nigerian state, because a nation can forgive rebellion, but it never trusts the rebel who survived. So
a nation can forgive rebellion, but it never trusts the rebel that survived. They call us rebels. They called us rebels during the war. And then they claim that they have forgiven that. They say the RRR, remember? But every time there is this suspicion, hey, Igbo, the fourth war. Look, let's cut the crap. Let's bring an end to that nonsense. You don't trust us? Fine and good. Be on your own and let us be on our own. Simple and short. Simple and short. So that we will live happily ever after. Do you understand? So let him repeat that word again.
Because a nation can forgive rebellion, but it never trusts the rebel who survived. So ambitions became interpreted as conspiracy. Unity became seen as tribalism. Self-reliance became labeled as separatism. And every success widespread the same uncomfortable question.
Self-reliance was tagged separatism. We have always been self-reliant. Always, we have been self-reliant. We built our own communities. We built our own cities. And when it comes to security, we decided to secure ourselves. We had ESN. Today, our own security outfit is called terrorists. They are going after our own security outfit. And we, on our own side of the divide, we have become safer than any other place in that zoo. That is what is called self-reliant. They call it separatism. They're going after us. We have even become more dangerous to them than the terrorists that is actually slitting throats and committing all those havoc. Than the terrorists that actually, you see the way they are packing soldiers in their 40s, 50s, 100s, kidnapping 300 people. And the Nigerian government are paying ransom, up to 10 billion ransom. But we are protecting our side. Self-reliant. They call it separatism. They are fighting us. They are even saying that Boko Haram is better because Boko Haram is not asking to break the country. But Boko Haram is destroying the country. We want to break the country so that everybody will be safer on their own. And we don't even want to ask, we don't want to go into a fight in doing that. We're not going into a fight in doing that. We're just saying, let everybody be on their own. Let us govern ourselves. After this video, there's another video I'm going to play. So you understand that even the one Nigerians now, they understand the importance of Biafra and the importance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Self-reliance becomes separatism. Listen to that point. Very important.
Who survived. So ambitions became interpreted as conspiracy. Unity became seen as tribalism. Self-reliance became labeled as separatism. And every success widespread the same uncomfortable question. If they could live once, what stops them from wanting to live again? And in a country built on forced togetherness, nothing is...
A country built on forced togetherness, nothing is more threatening. They're saying if we could try to live before, why wouldn't we try to... We tried to live before, now we want to live. Allow us to live. Why do you want to live in a country that is built on forced togetherness? Everybody is forced to be together. They're forcing us to be together. You don't force people to be together. Hey,
if they could live once, what stops them from wanting to live again? And in a country built on forced togetherness, nothing is more threatening than a group that proves it can stand on its own. So,
in a country that is forced togetherness, nothing is more threatening than a group that have proven that they can exist on their own. They are so afraid. And now let me tell you, President Tinubu, knows very well that the Igbos, Biafrans, will do so well on their own. And out of jealousy of us, overshadowing every other nation in Africa, they don't want us to be. But Chukwu Okike Abiama will make sure it happens. They simply do not want us to be because they know that we will be so successful that the West will wonder, how come these people have such knowledge, even more than us? We're going to be very successful. I'm telling you, Biafra is going to be very, very successful. Forget about all these divisions that you are seeing and all these fights, both in-house and out-house. Because we have a leadership that is thorough, that will be very, very, very thorough in maintaining law and order, we are going to be very successful. Yes. Already in our culture, we have that thorough system, that thorough style of leadership within our clans. Ndi Nze na Ozo, Ndi Umuada, and the rest of them. We have always had that culture that builds us together, that keeps us, in that particular fear of, obeying that law. Anybody that doesn't obey, before now, Biafra, we have had a system that operates that anyone that goes against the law and order of the society, you will pay dearly for it. Nobody have ever been so powerful that the community cannot control that person. One person is not more powerful, no matter how rich you are. In our Igbo culture, no matter how rich you are, there have never been a time where one person is so more powerful than the whole community. We send people on exile. You'll be thrown out of the community. We'll send you out. No matter how rich you are, you will go there, you become useless. You'll be thrown out of the society. We have a system that works, a law and order that they know we have that system. That's why they don't want you to see the light of the day. But in our own time, we must make it happen. We will not live in a country that forced us to be together. Never. We will not. We will not. Never.
Country built on forced togetherness, nothing is more threatening than a group that proves it can stand on its own. So the resentment isn't always loud. It doesn't always riot. It doesn't always speak. Sometimes it just waits in hiring decisions, in political exclusion, in widespread stereotype, in the unspoken ceiling that says, not yet, because the war ended in 1970, but suspicion did it. And nations rarely hate what is weak. They fear what refuses to break. This is logic from the Logic Man.
Oh my God. I don't know whichever page this guy operates. I would like to know his page. So that he said his name is the Logic Man. Is that his Twitter handle? This is not his Twitter handle. I would love to see his Twitter handle so that, man, this guy deserves a following, man. He deserves a following, Deserves a following. All right, now let me play the other. There's another video that I shared. Look at where Obama is bowing to this man. Did you see Obama? This is an old scene where Obama is actually humbling himself to this Ayatollah. You see? That's why today you see us aligning with Donald Trump. The man Obama bowed to, Donald Trump have humiliated and sent to the grave beyond. Shameless people. Now, I wanted to narrate that particular story, but we may not have the time. This one. Okay, I want us to listen to this video. I want us to listen to this. 8 minutes, it will be worth your while. So let's listen to it. It will worth your while. So let's go.
So I woke up this morning and thought that it's very important that I do this video. And this video is directed to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm putting on back of my t-shirt this morning to say to you that Nigeria is still upside down, worse than you ever predicted.
I didn't hear that. He said, I am putting on the back of my t-shirt this morning to show you that Nigeria is still upside down more than what you predicted. He's a Yoruba man. This guy, I think he's a Yoruba guy. I love this. I love this particular, this punchline. I love this.
So I woke up this morning and thought that it's very important that I do this video. And this video is directed to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm putting on back of my t-shirt this morning to say to you that Nigeria is still upside down, worse than you ever predicted. Dear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man who once believed in the unity and peaceful coexistence of Nigerians.
Yes, he did.
A man who once joined hundreds and thousands of Nigerians far away United Kingdom to protest and ask the Nigerian government to be responsible and responsive to her citizens.
Yes, he did.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu. The reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children and men, for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy. We are not pleased with what is happening, and that is why we are here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families, people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not support that the country should be torn apart. That was years ago in London. People are gathering there. They wanted Nigeria to be torn apart. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu then said, no, we don't support it, but the government should be responsible. This was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before protesting with people in London.
Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families, people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government, to the High Commissioner, that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done. And the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cower people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are very mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria so we can bring it to an end. That is why a multitude of Nigerians are gathered here today. Those of us in the UK are determined to work with the government for peace. We are determined to work with the International Community for peace. But one thing we cannot stomach is a repeat of 1966. What is happening today in Nigeria was the reason why Nigeria fought a bitter civil war for 3 years between 1967 and 1970. If this continues, there will be another civil war in Nigeria. And this time around, no place will be safe in Nigeria. This time around, nobody will be safe in Nigeria. So it is imperative that everybody who has the interest of the country at heart acts now and immediately to stop this nonsense from continuing.
A man who once held the Nigerian passport with pride and celebrated it across the world as he traveled. But today, Nigeria failed him, just the same way Nigeria is failing me and you today. And that led to the agitation for self-actualization of the indigenous people of Biafra. Nigeria failed him because we must trace the roots. Because Nnamdi Kanu once believed in Nigeria, so what happened? That is the question we should be asking. It is not a crime anywhere in the world to agitate and ask for self-actualization. No, it's not a crime. But Nigeria failed him, and that is what led to him fighting for the self-actualization of his people. But today, he's being kept behind bars. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let me say to you that the things you spoke about today is being cleared before the eyes of Nigerians. And seeing the insecurity getting even more closer than you ever predicted. Today, it's clear. Dear Nnamdi Kanu, we can now say you are a prophet. You saw it coming. And today, lives within us. Dear Nnamdi Kanu, let me announce to you that Gumi in the north, who had continuously celebrated Boko Haram bandits and terrorists, and had forced Nigerian government to negotiate and sort out these people, is being celebrated, walking around the soil of Nigeria and across the world that he didn't fit to go to. Not even one political elite in the north has condemned Gumi or spoke against him. Not one. He's free, he's a free man. Sunday Igboho from the west, who also fought at some point for his people, today, they don't settle down. He wear APC cap and he's free, walking across the streets of Nigeria today, and he's being celebrated. Not one political elite spoke against Sunday Igboho at the time. But today, the political elites in the East are continuously, a lot of them, 95% of them, continuously condemn your fight for the self-actualization of the indigenous people of Biafra.
Confident that should Nnamdi Kanu be released, security in the southeast will be positively affected.
Well, let me say this. Nnamdi Kanu is before a court of competent jurisdiction, and it would be very, very unfair for me to be talking about the release of Nnamdi Kanu, which is before Justice Omotocha, or discussing anything about that honorable court. And I urge Nigerians to learn how to respect the courts, and I want to leave that about respecting the court for now.
But one thing I know is that you've always stood for that which you believe in. You have decided to trade your freedom so that the Igbo race can be free. And today you are behind bars, far away Sokoto. Millions of people still celebrate you across the world. But let me announce to you, dear Nnamdi Kanu, that we will not pray for you, because whatever you are passing through today is not a spiritual problem. It's a failure of a system that has continued to oppress you. And I know deep down in me that you still believe deep down in you in Nigeria, if Nigeria can be great. And I announce to you that we'll continuously use our voice to fight and agitate for a greater nation that you will be free and you will come into and celebrate once again. You will celebrate Nigeria, I believe.
Wait. Up to now, I hope you guys have listened to him. He saw the passion with which he spoke, because he has identified the truth of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has seen that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu meant well and represent well. Now, what's the mistake this young man is about to make now is trying to go back to where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was. That place he saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in London before, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu believed that there's something that can be done to, salvage the situation. That is where he wants to go back to now. And in history, in life, you don't go back. There's something that is called forward ever, backward never. In our own language, it says, going back is death. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want you to tell this young man, I think we have listened enough to his message, fantastic message, but he came to a point where he's about to make another mistake, and I want to help him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never, ever, ever believe in Nigeria again. Tell this man that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have come to the full realization that Nigeria bu obodo ekwensu. Can somebody help me tell this man the meaning of obodo ekwensu bu Nigeria? Nigeria is a demonic entity. That place where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in London, he has left that place. He stayed there for a long time. He tried everything. Even after he asked for Biafra, when his men, he lost some of his men in Obosi, in some other places, in Headbridge. And then even when he knew that we have suffered a lot, he gave them another benefit of doubt. He came to listen to Igbo governors in Enugu. They told him, no, we're going to give you, it better I'll give you a chance. He said, okay. Now, if you say I should give you Biafra, what will you give to me? They promised him something. Immediately he came out from that meeting, he went home. They came after his life to unalive him because they know that there's no way they can keep their promise. There's no way they can keep their promise. Therefore, my brother, that back of shirt you are wearing, you did well to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that things have gotten worse. And I want to tell you, look at the situation in Nigeria now and continue to consider it to be that back of your shirt. And I want you to give whatever hope you want to give to Nigeria. I bet you with my 10 fingers and my 10 toes, if you ever think Nigeria will get better for you to change your back of clothes to the front of your clothes as a result of Nigeria changing positively, I swear you will grow old and you will die. Nigeria will never change. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have come to the conclusion that even if Nigeria is given to Jesus Christ to govern, Nigeria will not get better because Nigeria is already under a spell and it is cursed. There's nothing to be fixed in Nigeria. The only thing to do is end it so that lives will not end. Let me tell you, you said you believe that deep inside Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he still believes in Nigeria. My brother, is a lie. Deep inside Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he hates Nigeria with passion. And we have inherited that hate for Nigeria because we know Nigeria have dealt with us so terribly. And there's nothing good we can ever see in Nigeria. If you have anything good in your mind for Nigeria, you are going to face a lot of pains. So, fella called it sorrows, tears, and pain. Then leave sorrows, tears, and pain. Them regular trademark. Then leave sorrow, tears, and pain. Them regular trademark. Is that not what it is said? Them regular trademark. Sorrow, tears, and pain. I'm on a live program. Keki me. Hello? Okay, me champog. I'm on a live program. Okay, no, thank you. They leave sorrow, tears, and pain. That's their regular trademark. Forget about Nigeria. Look for how you will save your own people. If you are a Yoruba man, look for how you will rally around people that doesn't have the mentality of Sunday Igboho, because Sunday Igboho is a coward. Look for the people that doesn't have the mentality of Koiki Media, because Koiki Media is a coward. Look for people that doesn't have the mentality of the City Boys movement, because they are all sellouts. Nigeria can never bring anything good to you. If you don't end Nigeria, Nigeria will end you. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has any little hope for Nigeria, he would have since left that place. He would have said, okay, let me come out. The reason why he's still there is because it's either he comes out with Biafra or he dies trying. Thank you for your support from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you for understanding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up till now. But please, do not ever think any day in your heart that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would ever have a space for Nigeria. It doesn't exist anymore. Okay, that being said, I think we've gotten a message, and then we want to say thank you. That's it. That's it. Look at the Renu. I don't know what else we need to see. Maybe in my next program, I will talk about the other one. This guy, Mazi. There's a narrative that they are spreading now. I will try to see if I can address it, because this guy did this guy. I want us to look at this particular write-up from one man called Segun Showunmi. Segun Showunmi. Hello, bros. May I call you back? So we will look at it in my next broadcast. So I don't know if there is anyone that wanted to come in and make some submission. Okay, I didn't even show the name of the guy I was trying to tell you guys about. Okay, that thing. Segun Showunmi. See this guy, Segun Showunmi. We are going to analyze, if God gives us the opportunity, we're going to analyze what he wrote here, to bash. It came to bash that journalist that exposed the spokesperson of the spokesman of Tinubu. He came to fight for Nigeria. He's a PDP man. I'm going to shred him. The Lord gives us chance. Because in the next half an hour, I will be in a meeting, very important meeting. If anyone wants to come in, I'm going to give the chance to put my link, just so that if there's anyone that wants to come in. Okay, somebody say number. Okay, number one. Nigeria is gone. Okay, let me put link. If there's anyone that wants to say something, look at the link there. You come in and say it, because I may not have time to spend much in this program, because I hope that I will end this program quickly, so that I will quickly edit the video where those heads were rolling on the floor, so that they will not strike our channel. I hope, because I don't want to remove this video. I'll put this video on private for some hours, so that I'll be able to edit it before I will open it again, because there's some images there that is against this thing, the community guideline. We have a caller. Yeah. Mazi, fine.
Yeah, Pastor Bobo.
Ndewo.
Happy Sunday.
Thank you, my brother.
I greet you. Sorry that yesterday, our time differences made me. I didn't come to your program yesterday.
I know.
When you were talking about that stupid guy. Chinedu has. Let me just start from him. Chinedu, number one, like I told you, he's working with Ngozi Arabeza and Rose. And there is one YouTube handle that Chinedu has. He doesn't bring out his face to that YouTube handle. Go and look for the YouTube. They write Green Africa. But
that Green Africa is not. Is it Chinedu that owns it? Is it not? They say it's Rose that owns it. They say
it's not Rose. Just play that. Just play the YouTube on your own. Play the voice of that YouTube and play the voice of Chinedu.
But he also brought some posts from that YouTube as some of the posts he used that as those that are actually posting wrong things about Simon Ekpa. So I don't want to believe that he's the one that owns that channel.
Okay, now, let's just forget about that one. But working with Ngozi and this one, I know that one 100%. Before I come out to talk about it.
Yeah.
Now, because I came in late to this your program, I was listening to the preaching of this young man that you played last night.
Yeah.
After playing his voice note, he said that they are going to get a Nigeria that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dreamed of. That is something that this young man failed to understand. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I know, And each and every one of us that is fighting for the freedom of our people and seriously believe for Biafra, we know that even if you bring even 20 Donald Trump to Nigeria, Nigeria can never work.
Never.
And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already... See, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you that he rather die than for him to leave Biafra.
Yes.
So that is the kind of mentality that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. And that is the mentality that our PM Simon Ekpa has as well.
Correct.
And that is the kind of mentality that you have and the kind of mentality that all of us have. I told you, even me personally, I stopped praying for the betterment of Nigeria since 2015. When I saw what is coming. When God showed me what is coming. So anybody thinking that there is anything good that will come out of Nigeria, you are joking.
Yeah.
The question you should be asking this young man that is talking this thing now, what are you going to do to Shejima? What are you going to do to Nuhu Ribadu? What are you going to do to all these terrorist sponsors that are in the government? Are you going to kill them? Are you going to chase them out? What are you going to do to them? That will make you to make Nigeria better. Because there's nothing any man born of a woman can do that will better Nigeria.
Nothing.
Me, you, and I know that 120%.
Yes.
That the only thing that can stop this genocide that is going on in Nigeria is to divide that country so that we know our own people. Like our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say that before any person will become anything in Biafra land, you must go DNA test.
Yes.
We must know who you are and who your father is and where you are coming from. Because there is a lot of mixed blood in our land, which we are going to chase out of our land when the time comes. Or you think that when Biafra come, people like what is it called, Soludo, we will allow them, and Kubana chief priest and the rest of them, we will allow them to be in our land?
Never.
It's not done. They know that is why they are fighting.
Yeah.
Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already given these people every opportunity for them to make things better, but they failed him.
Exactly.
Like you said, didn't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told Nnaiwodu and rest of them to go and get restructuring and come back? That he would drop Biafra agitation. Instead of them getting restructuring, they send soldier to his house to kill 28 men, 28 people in his house, including causing the death of his mother and his father. You think that in Nigeria that killed the mother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his father, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will forgive them and move on? You think that the people that sacrifice their life for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will abandon them like what Sunday did and embrace Nigeria? Hell no, you and I know that such a thing will never happen.
Never.
That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we know will rather die than accepting anything like one Nigeria.
Yes.
So he should pipe his low. We thank him for speaking the truth about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We appreciate him for speaking everything the way he spoke, saying that everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that have come to pass. The only thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said that have not come to pass is Biafra. And that Biafra will come to pass in our own eyes, in his own eyes, that he may know that it is Elohim who say that it is time for people to be free.
Exactly.
Even grant press conference.
Thank you, fine. Because of time, just round up. I thought maybe you have something new to add to what I said.
Yeah. So it's okay, Pastor Van. Just ride on. We'll keep on doing what we are doing.
Thank you so much.
If they think that we are going to give up, we will never give up.
Never.
Until our freedom is achieved. May God bless you.
Bless you too, my brother.
Bless each and everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support and all your contributions. So, Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I'll leave it here. We will have I would really need to address this Shegun guy. You know, my brother Ugomba said that the man is going to be running for governor of Ogun State. No wonder. I'll tell you, I'm going to play that thing. I'm going to play it. I'm going to analyze it, what he wrote, and then I'm going to show you some comments. A lot of people are waking up in Nigeria. A lot of people are waking up. The only thing is that one Nigeria is what they need to throw away to save themselves.
Brother. Biafras, I greet you.
Yes.
Mazi, I just want to say one thing before you close.
Yes.
Like this, our brother that is that praising our leader, right? At the end, you see that he fuck up.
He fuck up.
You know the reason why he fuck up?
Why?
Because he's an Afonja.
Hey, yeah. And the funny thing is that when I saw that video, I was so happy. I have not watched it to the end. I just watched the beginning of it. I said, this video, we are going to enjoy it. It's going to be, you know, an encouragement. I was even shocked to see that he now fuck up.
You know, that is the way they used to start. When they start at the beginning, their tongue will go the sweet. Remember this guy, Kelapa, this guy now. Okay,
Femi Fanikayode.
Yes, you know, that is the way their mouth always sweet.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But the only thing that I wanted to tell our people is this. You see, Yoruba people, they know what they are doing. You know why? Because Yoruba is not fighting for their freedom. Listen. Yoruba know that it is we that Biafra is fighting for their freedom. Because if they stay in one Nigeria, Yoruba is gaining. Afonja. If Biafra break out, Yoruba will break out. They are gaining. Understand me? That is why they are doing all these things they are doing. They are not fighting for their freedom. Because they know that immediately Biafra break out, they will go. So, and if Biafra stay with Nigeria, they will stay. So you see the reason why. Okay, now look at this this idiot. What's his name? Igbo. This man did not have 1% remorse for those people that died because of him. He turned back and go and collect bribe. You see, he did not even care about those people that died because of him.
Do you know the reason? The most reason Mazi Nnamdi Kanu give that he will never go back to Nigeria. He said, "How about those people you have killed? Are you going to bring them back?" Those are the reasons Mazi Nnamdi Kanu always give them. How about those? How about my parents? Are you going to bring their life back?
That is easy. And Mazi, there's something I want you to try to be correcting our people. You know, anytime they say that it is time of South, right? Anytime they will tell you that it's time of South. If you ask them now who is in the power now, they say it's South, right? But Mazi, remember that ever since the zoo started this democratic civilian government, right? Only Southerner that rule Nigeria is Jonathan.
Yes.
It's only Jonathan. So if they are saying that this time is time of South, why did you not bring it to the South? Because we are not East. We are not East. We are South, complete South. So why is it that every time they say it's time of South, they take it and give the West, and they say it's South that are ruling? You see where Fulani destroy these people?
Yes.
Understand me? It's only and in that zoo, the only people that have never tasted that power is people from the East. This is Just people, understand me? With people that are calling middle belt, understand? They are the one that never tested that seat. So South have ruled for one, West have ruled for 2 times, North have ruled 3 times, or this thing. Only the East. You see it now. Go on their side. They have never tested that power since civilians started ruling. But today, Tinubu is in the power. They tell you that it's South. South is a Southwest, West South, South North. You see how they deceive them. So, Mazi, thank you. I just let me drop this little contribution. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Maybe later in the evening, when we want to play, we'll play. No, there's a video you sent to me. I will play. Maybe I'll play it to also create awareness for that Tinubu something. Tinubu camp. Maybe later, if we have time, we'll play it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mazi. I appreciate you. Yes, thank you so much, Biafrans. Please remember this match for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Very, very important. In your own little way, in your own big way, please create awareness for it. We want it to be massive. Please. Very, very, very important. Very, very important. This match for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. Very, very important. This picture, anywhere you see it, share it and let everyone know that it is something that we must get involved in, and we must not shy away from it. 1 million march for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. Aba on the 12th of March, 2026. Very, very important. I love you all. But Chuko Kabiama loves you more. Thank you so much, C. Ugomba. I appreciate the fact that I see you. And I want to tell you that I do not take that for granted. Thank you so much. You've always been there for me, and I want to remember you always. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Lola Goyibo. Love you. Thank you, my own sister Helene. Thank you for your contribution, Ifeanyi. Thank you so much for your contribution. My own brother, Prince Ifeanyi. The two people that called in today, their names are Ifeanyi. I know there is Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi is also Pastor Ifeanyi is also Ifeanyi. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Airborne.